Head baseball coach Lane Burrows, first baseman Trey Hawsey, and right-handed pitcher Blake Hooks in to preview the upcoming 2026 baseball season. We'll open this weekend with Houston Christian. Coach Burrows, if you want to open up with an opening statement, and then we'll get right
Yeah,
to
sure.
questions.
I think it's coach speak. Every coach in the country saying it right now. We're just ready to play a different opponent. It's a grind when you have to enter squad all fall, and we're fortunate the NCAA gives us a couple of games to play. I think next year they're going to move that to where we can play four outside competition games in the fall. But right now we're at a point where our hitters know everything the pitchers are throwing and vice versa, and it gets a little redundant, and just ready to play somebody different. I love this team since day one. You never know, especially with the portal, and I've said this over and over. When the fall ended, usually you're exhausted, you're toast, and everybody's ready to get away from everybody. But I can honestly say with this team, I could have kept going. It's a professional approach. The team seems to be extremely close and have gelled together really well, even the portal guys. And I'm big on that. I like team chemistry. I like teams that are close. And I understand everybody ain't going to love everybody in the clubhouse, but I feel like this team is extremely close, and the work ethic has been off the charts. I made the comment to Matt the other day when we had the ice storm, and it was probably about the second day, and I'm telling the guys, stay off the roads, don't get on the roads. And me and my son went up to hit. We were tired of being in the house, and our whole team was in there. And that told me something right there. The pitchers were in there getting their work in, throwing their bullpens, and hitters were getting their swings in, and just not willing to sit in the house, but to go work. And we return a lot of really good players. We have in that room, we have really good players, and we have really good human beings. And I think we have an opportunity to go win this thing again. Look, that's our goal: go win the league. And our league's going to be extremely good this year. Obviously DBU will be really good. I really think Jacksonville State will be really good. Steve did a great job last year, and they got pretty much their whole team back. So I think top to bottom, the league will be strong again. But I like what we have, and I like our bullpen. I like our returning hitters. We have depth at each position. We have depth in the bullpen, and we got returning starters on the mound, and a couple of new guys that will pitch Friday and Saturday. So looking forward to getting going and playing a good Houston Christian team.
When it comes to being picked, third or above the past 7 seasons, I know that's just preseason stuff, but
Yeah.
at the same time, what does that say about just the standard that you've created for
Well,
Louisiana Tech?
yeah, it's amazing. I made this comment to the team that we're picked second, but we only had one preseason all-conference player. This guy deserves it. I don't know any freshman hit more homers than him. Mexico deserves it. Obviously Blake does. He led our league in saves last year, and I'm definitely not taking anything away from that. But it was disappointing because I know the work our guys put in, and every coach does, and I know how hard they get after it and all they pour into it. But I think what you're saying, Megan, is true. I think we're picked second because of what our team has done in the last 5 or 6 years. I don't know how much on the preseason stuff, how serious people take it when they're voting. Obviously you try to delve into the stats and the numbers and what's coming back, and I don't know if coaches really go that deep into it. So I think, being picked second is probably more of a looking at what we've done the last 5 or 6 years, and I won't call it lazy, but I was hoping we would pick a little lower, so have more of a chip on our shoulder. But I think our guys still will. We got good players on this team that deserved recognition. They didn't get it. It didn't sit well with me. Beauty's in the eye of the beholder. So there may be some guys out there that don't think our guys are good players. So it gives them extra motivation to go out and prove to them that they are. So, but yeah, it's good. Look, we can sit here and beat around the bush, but it's good when your peers view you as one of the best teams in the league year in and year out. And our goal, like I said, is to win this thing. So that's what we expect to go out and do, and it's going to be tough. It's going to be a grind, but yeah, we appreciate our peers looking at us as having a good program and having some tradition that we built up over the last 6 years.
You mentioned some of the new guys, and you've been high on Rowan, Greeny, Dahl since they've been here. Are you ready to name the weekend
Yeah. We'll go with Dahl. We'll go Friday. Game 2. I don't know if we'll play a doubleheader. That'll be Hudson Rowan. So it'll be Declan Dahl on Friday, Hudson Rowan on game 2. Luke Cooley will go game 3, and Brooks Roberson will go game 4. So it'll be Dahl, Rowan, Cooley, and Roberson to start the weekend out. Mm-hmm.
Trey, for you coming off obviously a very successful freshman campaign, just what's the biggest thing that you've tried to improve on your game going into year 2?
I tried to improve my defense a lot. We worked a lot over the fall, getting my defensive work better. It wasn't the greatest, but I mean, it wasn't terrible. But just getting better on the defensive side because I swung it very well. This fall had a pretty good fall. So.
What led to the number change? I guess back to the high school number.
I mean, I've always just been 11, and last year I kind of just didn't care. I didn't care what number I was. I just wanted to play. So, and I saw Coop actually wore 11, so he said I could wear it, so I wore it.
Blake, for you, Coach mentioned obviously the preseason honors. I'm curious, like, how does that maybe motivate you to just go into your final year here, just going out strong?
Yeah, so last year was kind of the same situation. Didn't really know if I'd have another year just with the JUCO eligibility thing. So I think a lot of things is approaching it the same way. It's a school being aimed the all conference preseason, but nothing much changes. Just kind of building off of what I did last year.
Blake, being in your 3rd year now here at Tech, just how much of a leadership position are you kind of taking in that bullpen?
Oh yeah, just trying to be there for the younger guys. Building off of the standard that we have built here, and like Coach Burrows said, we got new guys, but also we like what we have here, and I think those are guys that win. They like to compete, and I think we're just gonna build off of each other and fuel the fire as the game goes on.
To Megan's point, you've been here a while. Like, how long do you feel like it takes for the new guys? Like, can you tell right away, like, when a guy's gonna click, like, with what you guys have, or like, how long does it take for those transfers? Do you feel like to kind of settle in?
Yeah, with new things, it takes time, but this year, really, it's just been, I'd say, a couple weeks getting to know everybody. I thought we brought in the right people and the right character that matches this program.
Blake, how are you excited to finally face different hitters? And then Trey, how are you excited to go against different pitchers?
Oh, yeah, I mean, it's been tough this fall because we got a great group, and like you said, being here for 3 years, they know the tendencies you have, so throw more pitches than usual. So really looking forward to going against another team.
Yeah, it gets repetitive after a while, but you got to stay at it. It gets boring hitting off Blake hooks for a while. You hit a lot of hits off of them, so you know.
Yeah.
Coach, I'm curious. What, I know you had a good fall, but I'm just curious, as a true freshman, what do you feel like it's led Casey to win that second base job?
Man, I didn't. I'm kind of different. I like older guys. I like older players. I just think experience. You can't put. It's priceless. You can't put a price tag on experience. That's the way I'm wired. I like guys that have been in the battles and have logged a lot of innings on the mound, have had a lot of bats in crucial situations, and have been in high leverage situations, whether it's a conference tournament or a regional postseason. But you don't anticipate a freshman to come in and from day one, Casey's hungry. I mean, he put on a lot of weight over the summer. Tremendous bat speed, a great defender. He's got some things he needs to work on the defensive side, but extremely tough. And I thought from the get-go he kind of set himself apart. I think I want to be careful here, but he has some of that Taylor Young stuff in him. He comes to the ballpark, he thinks he's the best player on the team. I love that. I think some of these older guys kind of took it the wrong way because he's a little abrasive, which is good because he's confident. I don't think it's a cockiness. I think he's an extremely confident player, and I think once these guys realized who he is, that's just who he is, they embraced him, and he's one of us. And, yeah, he's dealing with a little bit of an injury right now, but he's in my office every day. I'm practicing. I want him playing Friday night, but he has a little bit of level of toughness, like I said, and he won the job. And the good thing is we got depth. If one of those guys was to go down, you got Colton Coates at shortstop, you got Lunsford at third, obviously Trey at first. But we got some guys like Reed Snyder had a great fall and a great early spring. I mean, he's ready to play at any minute if somebody went down. Nate Houston, transfer from junior college, Canadian kid from Arizona. I mean, I'd have no problem putting him out there, and he's really been playing good and making a push the last couple of weeks. So I feel good with the depth we have out there. But yeah, it's I think Casey, if you look at the overall, I mean, he won the job. He did, and we still have another week of practice to see what could happen. But right now, I think he's penciled in at second base on Friday night.
When these 4 games opening weekend are over, what's the biggest thing you want to be able to say that you saw from your team?
Well, you'd like to play a lot of people. You know, we have 4 catchers that are really good. You know, since I've been the coach here, we've never had 4 catchers that are really good. You got Eli Birch back from last year. You got Matt Houston back. We signed a junior college kid, Hayden Gustafson, who honestly, if we're telling the truth, leaving the fall, he had won the job. High energy guy. He's got a great arm. By far the best throwing arm is all the catchers, and really good offensively. And as we've come back and had our exit meetings, man, I think Eli Birch has made a push. I mean, he right now he is on fire with the bat and catching extremely well. And I think Matt Houston's probably one of our better receivers and blockers and throwers. Very calm. You know, and Cooper Smith, true freshman. I mean, he's been phenomenal too. I would have no problem putting any of those 4 back there. I don't think they'll mess the game up. I think they'll do just fine. All really good hitters, and you know, I think there's situations where we have to look at things. You know, we have some pitchers that are very high energy. You know, there's a lot of emotion, and we got some catchers that there's a lot of emotion and high energy. I don't know if that matches real well. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes you need the guy behind the plate with the high energy guy that can keep him calm, and you know, we look at all that stuff. But you know, right now, I don't know. The catching position to me is this week will tell a lot. But I would say, you know, Hayden and Eli are running neck and neck, and Matt Houston right behind them. And you know, Cooper Smith's a left-handed hitter, true freshman that I could see him coming off the bench as a left-handed option as a pinch hitter. And like I said, even maybe a DH as a lefty if we have some injuries. So really good behind the plate. You know, so we'll see. You know, we still got some jobs still up in the air. You know, our outfield, you know, it looks like Zeb in center and Cade Patterson will be in right. You know, I like going with the older guys, but Mexico's a little banged up, so he'll probably DH and not play left. He's swinging the bat really good. You know, and we got 2 transfers from Wichita Baptist. Well, Wesley Scott, who came in as an infielder, he's a switch hitter, and McCann Libby from Navarro. Those 2 guys have been playing the outfield, and they really good outfielders, really good athletes, and really good hitters. So they're kind of vying for that spot too. So you know you still got a week of practice for those guys. Let's see what they can do. We're not scrimmaging, but I take BP, I take body language, I take everything into account. But going into the 4 games, you hope you can play a lot of people. Obviously, you're going to do everything you can to win the ball game. Houston Christian's good. They were in a regional last year. They got a lot of those guys back. So, you know, I'm not sitting here saying we're going to play a lot of people, but you would like to see where you are after 4 games as you navigate into the rest of the season. And, you know, if we had our druthers, you know, we would like to play as many people as possible, and I hope we can.
Trey, going back to his kind of story about the ice storm, I'm curious for you guys, like, why was it so important for you to, you know, despite his warning, go inside the facility and get that work done?
You just got to stay at it. Can't slack, like especially for a week, getting close to the season. If you take a week off, then you could be set back a couple months. I mean, it's tough to stop baseball and come right back into it and just be good. So you have to stay working.
You good, BC? You good?
I'm good.
All right.
Appreciate it, guys.
All right.
Thanks,
Thank
sir.
y'all so much.
Thank y'all.
Appreciate it. See y'all Friday.
Yeah, good luck this weekend.